Be honest. Are you truly respecting your spouse or just tolerating them until they do something right in your eyes? What's up, visionary?
What's good?
Tonya and
Lamont.
And we hope you're doing well as usual. Today, we're going to jump into some respect.
Foundation of every relationship.
Right. So that's the question to ask yourself. Are you respecting your spouse or just tolerating them? And I truly believe that some people just don't know whether they're respecting their spouse or just tolerating. What you think?
I mean, some people just going through the motions of what was probably right in their eyes for everybody, what they grew up in.
Right.
So they might not look to respect. It might not look like disrespecting them.
Yeah.
Based on how you came up.
Right.
It might have been normal in your area, in your surrounding, your atmosphere. What you do on a normal basis might be normal, but somebody else come from somewhere else with stuff like that. In a normal setting, that's disrespect.
Yeah. And on the other hand, you got the people who do know that they being disrespectful.
Yeah.
But that other spouse might not know that their spouse is just like really tolerating them.
Yeah.
So this is a must discuss. The Bible doesn't just teach us to love, it calls us to honor and respect our spouse.
Yeah.
Ephesians 5:33 says, however, each one of you also must love his wife as he loves himself, and the wife must respect her husband. So it's a double feature. It's a two-way thing.
Two-way thing. And I think so often we can get caught up in complacency, and disrespect kind of becomes a normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we lose the respect because we got complacent. And now the person don't respect us like an adult. Sometimes respect can fall out of relationship when immaturity begins to play up inside a relationship. So I think maturity in a relationship plays a big part to respect in a relationship.
That was a good point. And oftentimes we might even look at disrespect as something big. But disrespect can also be small, like rolling your eyes at your partner. Criticism. Maybe. Contempt. Stonewalling the four horsemen. Well, I got a fifth one today, and that's mumbling under your breath. Okay, so we're gonna make it five. Five of them. When your spouse talking, you just talking.
Yeah, go about defensive.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought I made one of them. Okay, the four horsemen. Okay, so even when you talk to your partner like they're a child, and they're not a mature person. I mean, immature person in a relationship, but you talk to them like they're 3.
But see that sometimes that do come from immaturity.
It do, but that's why I said even if the person is not immature, you still got the person. You can still have that partner, telling you to do something that you already know that you need to do, but they saying it multiple times just to get under your skin. Like it might be something that, they know aggravates you and they just kind of, eat at you.
Yeah.
Like me, I used to hate when you said I was acting childish. They used to just get under my skin. I ain't gonna say that was a form of, I feel like it was a form of disrespect, but you weren't trying to be disrespectful. You were just calling out that child.
We reacted to our child. What? Mm-hmm. Child come out of everybody many times.
But you know what? That we, now, I wouldn't get upset because we worked through that. Like, as much as we've been learning and teaching and growing, I know that you're not saying you acting childish just to say that to get under my skin. You're saying it because it's true.
Acting like
I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, because we got to realize that.
Not because I'm acting like a child sometimes, but just really your child will come out.
But it's acting like child.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
We got to realize, do adults, true, mature, responsible adults are going to mature, responsible adults are going to click relational every time.
Yeah.
So anytime you think in a child ways, pout and anything like that, it's just what a child do.
Yeah.
We know what child do. And when we act it too often, when we do that too much, then we erode the respect inside the relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. So today let's do what we're gonna call a respect audit.
Respect audit.
Yeah, so we're gonna audit that respect in your relationship. All right, so let's talk about unintentional disrespect. And we have been talking a little bit on it, but not really. But that's the disrespect that you don't know you're doing or you're not intending to do.
And I would say that probably comes during a lot of times during the day-to-day action. We're not fully listening to our spouse when they saying something to us. We talking to our phone and we didn't, or we make we say, okay, we could do that. We could do that. You're not really listening. Mm-hmm. That's disrespect.
It is.
And a lot of times, I think it's truly disrespect if you guys are interacting and you don't spend that much time together. So let's say you work a lot of times. So the time that y'all spend is slim to none. So the time that y'all spend would be precious time.
Right.
And during that time, you can't give the person your undivided attention.
Yeah,
that's disrespectful.
That's disrespectful right there.
And that's going to erode the trust, and it's going to erode the connection of the relationship.
Absolutely.
When time is precious, it's essential that you don't disrespect the time that you guys have together as a couple, and use your time wisely. You only got, if you working a lot, that means if you got 3 hours, that should be intentional hours. There should be intentional time that y'all spend together. And I know I got my peoples come, some of them do truck driving and stuff, and I always ask them, what kills me, I say, so when you get home, do you spend time with your wife? I don't know why these truck drivers, they say they got to come home, they got to unwind and stress right there.
It might be, but it ain't that stressful. You on the truck all day.
Yeah, and I don't do that truck driving, but we do a lot of traveling. I do a lot of driving, but what I can still say is what they feel. I think a truck driver, people who work them hours like that, they gone 3 weeks, 4 weeks at a time. I think you still realize you still been gone.
Yeah.
So it ain't no such thing as you come home and whine when you only got like 2 days, 3 days with your time.
Right.
You out 3 weeks out the month. And you come home during a week time, and you need you want to chill, you need downtime, and you're not spending intensive time with your spouse. And I see a lot of women say they don't even date truck drivers because of their time, and it's probably because people don't understand. You still the time got to be attention. Don't matter. It could be a little time can go a long way if it's attention, it's respecting, and you respect the person's time, and you respecting the time that you got with your partner, the little time you got.
Yeah, and I also think realizing that this is what you signed up for. You signed up to be on the road for 3 weeks and got a wife at home and kids at home. That's what you signed up for. So you also signed up to be a husband, or if wives drive trucks, because some ladies do too, and they might get tired too. But you got to know you got to do both. Yeah. You signed up for it.
Yeah, and I think we got to respect is really coming home. Your time, like a truck, let's say you're a truck driver, you watch this video, your time on the road is your time.
Yeah. and there was a really big point you just
and you know, crazy, because both my brothers, they shine just started truck driving. I know you're talking about this girl. I actually ain't talked to him since he started truck driving. I'll be happy too. But I do want to know because so often we can get caught up doing that work and we forget. So I do want to talk to my brother, see if he's actually didn't get caught up in that work cycle. He's not spending time at home because you get caught up. But I know my brother Damon, he's kind of like he's a quiet self, so I can imagine that especially if you're a quiet introvert, you don't talk that much anyway. So it's essential that the time you do get back with your spouse to be you respect the time that y'all had, a little bit of time you had.
Yeah. Again, that was what you said about that time being the way they do it. Like, it need to be intentional.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a big nugget.
Yeah.
That was a big nugget. Be intentional with that little bit of time. Even if you get a little bit of time, if you do what you know your woman like, what your woman love, you know, you can even plan something in the house.
Yeah.
But it's that quality time with her that's gonna really matter. So that was a good point right there. Another thing is showing appreciation.
Yeah.
Have you showed your partner appreciation? Because under appreciation is another form of disrespect.
Yeah.
Like you never coming home, say you work and your wife take care of the kids, you never coming home and say, oh baby, the house look good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for cooking. Oh, this meal looks so good.
Yeah.
Baby, you've been doing so good. Encourage her. And I think that's a lot of the reason why these wives are coming out really upset that they even work from home. I mean, stay at home moms because they're underappreciated. Yeah. Like if they was appreciated, bring me some flowers for being a stay-at-home mom, you know, just doing little things.
Little gestures goes a long way. And not even that, just saying I appreciate you cleaning the house, just like that. If you could do that once or twice a week, that will go a long way. Yeah. Because we act like, even though you say that's the duty of a person, but just because somebody, that's what they supposed to do, they don't mean they don't like to hear gestures that they're doing a good job with. They actually doing it right to your approval. If they doing it right to your approval. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't neglect the appreciation. Think about when the last time you actually genuinely thanked your partner for what they do daily.
Yeah.
Or simply for being who they are.
Yeah.
All right.
I can say you good with that.
Oh, well, thank you. I try to be baby. All right. Boundary overlaps. Are you respecting your spouse's personal space? Personal time is needed too.
Yeah.
It's always going to have to be that balance. You always need balance. You need to spend time with your partner. Not time, quality time.
Yeah.
But you also need that time alone.
Yeah.
And for truck drivers, most of the time, you alone.
So okay. You alone. So if you got 3, 4, well, you at 3 weeks on. If you got 50-50, okay. But if you got 3 weeks, you got more time on the road than you at the house. Then that time at the house is pivotal. That is quality. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you're gonna be short.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna be short. Now, like I said, I see a lot of people married. Otherwise, you're gonna be short. And time management begins before you start doing the thing. That's why it's so good to develop time management skills in other areas, so you can apply it to the main areas of your life that you will eventually need it in, where you see the fruits and the labor of don't using time management wisely.
Yeah.
And balance.
Yeah. And it's also very important, and it's also very disrespectful when you don't respect your partner's decisions.
Yeah.
And that's from finances to family visits.
Yeah.
You want to respect their decisions.
Once you get married, it's 2 people making the decision.
Mm-hmm.
You have certain things you can make on your own, but if the decision you making gonna affect your spouse, then they need to be involved. Yeah. And like I say, us personally, when I make any kind of business, financial decisions, I like to tell my wife, I want to let you know now. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that. I want to show you. I want you to know certain details. You don't know all of this, but I want you to know certain details because it's probably gonna impact both of us if it don't go through. Mm-hmm. So it's good to let and be good to say no. Like, I mean, we was about to do a solar panels, about to buy some, look at the solar panel, we're like, no.
No. And that's one I ain't let my guard up, neither.
Hey, I'm like, okay. I mean, sometimes we just make decisions about, we was ordering the app, McDonald's
app. Yeah.
And I said, man, they ain't gonna let us do that double dip. They ain't gonna let us double dip like that. So nothing. She tried anyway, she double dip. So it's good to trust your partner. If you married your spouse or you in a relationship, if you can't trust the person, I mean, you don't respect the person and the decisions they make, then that's not good.
Yeah.
You gotta respect the person and trust their decision that you're gonna make it. It's gonna be. You gotta just trust their decision.
Yeah, you do. It's gonna be a hard road if you don't.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, a hard and disrespectful road. All right, so we always talk about foundations.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about how to rebuild the foundation of disrespect. So listen to your partner. Don't just listen, actively listen.
Mm.
You know, give them your undivided attention so you can practice the 5 second rule. Wait 5 seconds after your spouse finish speaking before you respond to them.
Yeah, you're gonna need to.
You're gonna need to, and that just it's showing that you're listening, but you're actually also processing. You're getting to process what they say before you say something.
Hearing and listening is two different things. I hear you, but you're not listening. And not only that is, to rebuild the trust, you really gotta stop calling each other out of your names. There should be no calling. There should be no profanity. Let's try to keep profanity and cussing out of you trying to build the respect in your relationship. You gotta keep profanity out of it.
Yeah.
Because when you start cussing naturally, with you're not deep out, but cussing brings up defensiveness.
It do.
And cussing is disrespect.
Yeah.
So when you cussing at your spouse, when you like ass or whatever, just small cuss words, not necessarily calling out their names, but just cussing period. When you're talking to them, it erodes respect. And your partner don't respect you if you cussing at them. Like won't say, why you cussing at me? When you cussing, the profanity is inside a relationship, and you want to build respect, you're not going to do that. So if you want to build respect, keep profanity out and stop all that cussing.
Yeah. Another thing that you can do to rebuild that foundation is the gratitude journal. And this is where you and your partner, you start sharing a daily practice of knowing one specific thing you appreciate about your spouse, and then talk about it. Be vocal about it. All right. So that again, that's a gratitude journal for two. All right. And just respect an anatomy. Respect their goals, individual goals, their choices, and even if they differ from yours, give your partner their space to pursue that goal.
Yeah. Yeah. Respect their decisions and respect each other. Like I said, during disagreements. That's the biggest time when respect. During a disagreement with your partner is the biggest time when during a disagreement you break the respect in other areas. So if you can't have a conflict with your partner, and like I said, cussing, you doing all that cussing, profanity, you getting aggressive, you all angry and loud and stuff, tone all out of whack. If you doing that during conflict, then 9 times out of 10, your wife or your spouse is gonna start disrespecting you in other areas. Because conflict is the main thing that starts that erodes the trust. I mean, erodes respect in the relationship. During conflict, and when you're not in conflict because of the conflict, respect is gone. And we did a clip, we did put up a video of there about Ray J, is because, I don't really watch, I don't get down with all that stuff, but I watched a little clip to understand who I'm, a little bit about the person we react to, Ray J, and just watching just a whole lot of toxic and disrespect. And alcohol.
Yeah. When
you put that alcohol and them drugs involved too, it's gonna be disrespect.
Yeah.
Alcohol, you gotta let that alcohol, let them drugs go.
Yeah.
That's gonna stop a lot of disrespect.
Yeah.
So stop it and help you perform better during a conflict situation.
Yeah, you have a clear mind.
Clear mind.
So make sure you check that video out. The thumbnail is like when a woman's fed up.
Yeah.
Make sure you check that out. All right. So let's go beyond the basic things that people might do to create that strong foundation in a relationship, when as far to rebuild the foundation of disrespect in that relationship. And that's one of the things to do is defend your spouse. Like if you defend them in front of other people, especially family or friends, even if it's uncomfortable for you to do, think about that feeling. Oh, my baby just defended me in front of everybody. That's quite the feeling. You're the hero. Yeah.
I can't say my baby, boy, she don't play about me, boy.
No, sir.
She defend mama and anybody else.
Oh, okay.
That's how it's supposed to be. Your partner, if they love you, they go, you is the top priority. Because his husband, spouse, then
husband,
wife, and everybody else sprout up from up under them.
Yeah.
So if your partner, your spouse is not defending you in front of your people, then something's really wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to gain that respect back. And maybe you need to ask them about that.
Yep. So I know I done seen it a lot, especially on TV, and they'll be like, "Wow."
Yeah, they be just standing there. They don't say nothing.
Yeah,
and not saying nothing.
Conflict.
Not saying nothing is just as good as saying something, because you're picking a side. Silence always pick the side. So it's good if if your spouse, somebody to defend your spouse in a moment where you wouldn't normally defend them in front of your family. If your mama talking about your spouse, you should be defending your spouse not saying that. Well, it's my mama.
Yeah, I would much rather my mama pull me to the side and be like, "Tony, can you talk to Lamont about this, that, and third?" Or instead of saying something about you, like, don't do that. If it's something he wrong, then I address it with him, But don't just call him out and stuff, boy. That's another thing. Check him.
Yeah, you better
check him. All right. So also prioritize their needs. Okay.
Yeah.
Beyond your own. How often do you genuinely put your partner's comfort and desires or well-being first?
Yeah, and I can say, after us being married 20 years, that's one of the things that we kind of do. I mean, and I think that's one of the strong things that kind of keep our marriage going. That our whole goal is to prioritize each other's needs on a daily basis. Real marriage and healthy marriage is you both try to outdo each other in giving and prioritizing needs and stuff. And then normally in a healthy marriage, it's kind of gonna balance out. Her needs gonna be met while she's being prioritized, and my needs gonna be met while I'm being prioritized.
Yeah.
Because we got a natural flow, we learn how to dance with each other.
Yeah.
And prioritizing each other's needs become almost a natural thing.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said we had to learn how to dance with each other. Because that's what I was gonna say. Are we perfect? No. These things came with time, so we basically giving y'all a shortcut to where you don't have to go through things to grow through things. Yeah. Yeah. So we here, we lived before you. Yeah. So now we know how to dance. Yeah. Yeah. So also the future vision check. Yeah. Do your long-term plans and discussions genuinely include and equally value your spouse's aspirations and dreams. So again, the future vision check. That future vision check is checking to see if your long-term plans and discussions genuinely include and equally value your spouse's aspirations and dreams. So does your future include your spouse? I mean, not your spouse. Does your spouse's future, do you respect their vision for the future?
And sometimes the vision, respecting their vision might be that you might have to keep the kids while they go to school. So sometimes we could tell if a person truly respects your vision by the act. They say that the terms actions speak louder than words. Sometimes man say, well, y'all want you to do this, I want you to do that. But you like, nah, I ain't trying to be no stay-at-home dad. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be no stay-at-home dad. I'm trying to work. I'm trying to be the provider. And you got this woman that got inspirations that she just had your kid for 9 months. And she like, well, I want you to, can you do the year? Can you stay at home for a year? So I can, cause she like, you have the kids. I know you can do better. So, but see, a lot, if you don't respect your spouse, and you like, nah, I want to be the man. Cause we want to be provided. You like, nah, I want to be the man. I want to go work. And I'm gonna put your vision on hold. And that's why a lot of women leave marriages, because they got to put their vision on hold. Because the spouse don't respect them enough to I'm put my vision on hold, so I'll let you get you. Because naturally, I don't really got sometimes you might not have a vision. Your vision might just be to get a job and work. While you got your spouse, she want to do this, she want to do that, she want to go to school. You like, well, I just want to get a job, get me a simple, good job and work and a simple life. So
and for me to do that, you got to keep the kids. And you need to stay home. But what I realized as a woman, and I'm just saying, I believe that a woman can get out there and make more money. I know, man. I know. A man is supposed to be the provider, but a woman has a lot inside of her.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, I mean, some women might want to be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah,
some women aspire to do that, you know, but ain't nothing like putting a woman in a box to where she can't grow.
I mean, a woman is a man's help.
Yes.
And she helping every area that he needs help in.
Yes.
If a man say, all I want you to do is have my kids and stay at home, then that's all he gets.
Yeah.
Almost like God can be any God you want him to be. He can be a God of healing. He can be a God of finance. He can be a God of health. He can be a God of anything.
Yeah.
But he only the God that you see him as. You only get him as what you want him to do. The same thing about a woman. You only get the if you value the woman just for, like I said, just for baby making, then that's all you're gonna get. You value just for houses, but if you say, okay, I see this woman is talented, she got just as much skill as me, she's smart, she's intellect, she can go out there and get it. But I can let her do her. Let her sign up for the other side of the relationship. Only get partial of her. She got a whole lot of woman to give.
Yeah, it should be equal.
And that's why God created man for her to help you. That she can only help you the area that you need help in.
Yeah. Yeah. So you also
that you ask her for help.
Regular respect, check-ins, and how it's important to schedule short, non-confrontational conversations to openly discuss how both of you feel respected or non-respected in that relationship.
And give examples, man. Like I said, you want to let your spouse. Like I said, it's essential that we kind of do this on a regular basis, because this is how resentment started to build up in a relationship, and then you got this marriage, and you be like, well, I checked out 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. Well, I checked out 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. And that's because we failed to check in. We ride up. I can't admit, personally, I couldn't imagine me sitting in my marriage or even in a relationship, because I think look at a marriage like a relationship. I'm not going to be in any situation where I'm sitting there in a situation so long while I'm just riding it and not like we're not
happy,
we're not,
or talking.
Yeah, we're not checking. I mean, like,
I'm just like,
I'm like, I tuned out 10 years. I couldn't imagine me doing that. Me being a insane, mature adult. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't imagine me doing this 10 years just till I was just there and not out. That's a lot of times that respect. Where respect goes, everything else starts to erode. And a lot of times, like I said, especially for men, when a man lose respect from a woman, like they say, when a man lose respect from a woman, it's hard to get it back. It's even more hard to get it back if the way the trust was broke, if you still doing them notions and the motions that broke the trust in the first place.
Yeah.
Because like we say, actions speak louder than words. And just saying you respect somebody, if you're not showing it, then that means you don't respect them. If you respect somebody, then you're going to show it. It's going to be shown in your words. It's going to be shown in your actions. It's going to be shown in how you interact with them.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You also want to lead by example. And this is another thing we say, and we just had a video on this as well. You know, don't try to be God in your relationship.
Yeah.
Lead by example.
Yeah.
You know, if it's somewhere that your partner is falling short, then you might can, talk to them about it.
Yeah.
But don't try to
disrespect them to get them to respect you.
Right.
You trying to disrespect them to get them to respect you. It don't work like this. So if you want your spouse to respect you, you got to respect them, because respect is a two-way street. Because sometimes the way you treat people opens up the door for them to disrespect you. Mm-hmm. And even though, let's say you didn't disrespect them today, but what you did last week was so disrespectful, it's already in there. So maybe you had a good week and all of a sudden she started disrespecting you. Like, man, what the world? I didn't do nothing. No, it's what you did last week. Okay, we got to watch that.
Yeah, I'm still.
Because you disrespectful. So a disrespectful person, maybe you had a good week. Maybe you was in your adult self this week. Yeah. But last week you was disrespectful. And the way you was disrespectful is something that I don't really like. You can't come. You ain't say sorry. Nothing.
That's what I finna say. Yeah, and plus you didn't have that respect check-in scheduled, so you couldn't talk about how you failed or how they disrespected you. It was swept under the rug, so you still holding on to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that keeps disrespect inside the relationship.
Yeah.
So if you respect your partner's gonna respect you. And sometimes you gotta go look, and like I said, it's all in your actions. Because actions speak louder than words. You can talk all day, but your actions gonna show if you respect your partner. Your actions gonna show if you respect your spouse.
Yep. Actions always speak louder than words. Another thing that we want you to do to rebuild this disrespectful or disrespected foundation is to celebrate small wins. I'm gonna tell you right now, we in Georgia. My baby went to the men's conference, and that is a win that I celebrate. I'm so proud of him for that. Like, wow. My baby went to the men's conference. And so, excuse me. I know people might look at it like, but that's a small win to me because you went, you got to mingle. Yeah. You learned, it was a men's conference. Yeah. So, that was good. That was a small win.
Small wins matter on the journey towards being more respectful and honoring in your relationship, especially if you acknowledge, you let your partner know about the small wins. Yeah. So let them know, I like the way you handled that situation. You wasn't disrespectful like you normally would. So I like the way that you handled it. You know what I'm saying? And showing people, once people know that they're moving in the right direction, and we're not doing it with criticism and critique, then they're normally people like. Do you know a man? A man loves. They like little kids, especially men. They love to be little encouraged, man. It's like you got good boy. Sometimes you got but we both men and women. We love encouragement when we doing right. Whether if it's small wins give us just as much encouragement as big wins. Small gestures give us we feel just as happy as something small we did. Like I said, you did good. You didn't disrespect me. The argument we had last week, I thought you did you handled that situation very good. Even though normally time you would, but I thought last week you actually handled that situation very well. And I like the way I see you maturing. Yeah,
and I would say think about that like you were on your job or something. If your boss came up to you and said, "Oh, I love the way you handled this. I love the way you did this." Yeah. You gonna feel some kind of way. The person on the receiving end gonna feel some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna do above and beyond next time.
Yeah, and the more you do it, this really gonna encourage them. Like you said, you can do that. Let's say this week and also next week, you do like a month straight, and you hit like you a lot of these situations you was very mature. I see you growing. Respect. I love that. Boom. And then, like I said, you doing it naturally. Sometimes you help encouraging somebody else naturally gives you a boost too. Yeah. So it's just not like you just point somebody when you encourage somebody like in a situation like you've been respected. I see you growing and maturing. That right there is going to actually mature you too. Yeah. That's just as much as you're encouraging them. That hopefully they're going to start giving it back. But just when you encourage them, that's going to encourage you to say, okay, I see the way they react, so I got to make sure I give it back.
Leading by example. And also we have to. If we're looking at the positive, down here yeah. If we're thinking about the positive impact, let's think about the negative too. Say you on a job and your boss always like, you don't never do nothing right. I mean, what you here for? Different stuff. Yeah. You're gonna be ready to quit that job. Same in a relationship. It's disrespectful. You feeling down. Yeah. You ready to leave. Yeah. So we got to think about that too. So celebrate small wins is very important, and not only important, it's impactful.
Yeah, respect is the foundation in a relationship. With respect, you can start habit stacking on respect. If you don't have respect, then you pretty much not going to have a successful, healthy relationship. Because disrespect opens up the door for everything else to start growing in there. It opens up the door for the weeds to start getting that good old wheat.
Yeah. So respect is a hard posture. It means speaking with kindness, even when you're disagreeing. It's listening without rehearsing your rebuttal. So listen and don't say nothing back all the time. Everything don't require you to say something back.
Wives.
Right. I say wives. Remember that 5-second rule, okay?
Yeah, it's important.
It's very important.
Don't speak.
Yes. And respect is also recognizing their God-given value, even when their behavior falls short, because we all fall short.
We all fall that child, that little child, that inner child comes out in us sometimes.
Yeah.
And nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. So if you only respecting your spouse when they deserve it, you miss God's standard. Because respect isn't just about their perfection, it's about your obedience to God's word also. Okay? So in closing, we want you to challenge yourself, okay? So ask yourself, am I creating an environment where my spouse feels safe, valued, and respected? Or am I just tolerating them until they meet my standards? One builds connections, the other slowly destroys it. Choose wisely, yes.
Choose wisely.
All right. You got anything else, babe? Visions of love and relationships. And they had vision, and together they built the life that they love. Go build. See you on the next one. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share if you got value out of this.
Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Let us know if we could have went deeper on something. Let us know.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't go deep on something.
Yeah.
Whatever.
See you on the next one.
See you on the next one. You see.